Hello and welcome to Indoor Gaming. Here we go with part 2 of our diamond level equipment. I meant for this to come soon after the last one, but I've had all sorts of technical difficulties and mishaps, so sorry about that, but we're ready to go in now. About to venture into the corruption layer, and you can see you don't actually need to be touching a corruption block for you to be having your meter set off. Just sort of near, and the more blocks that are near you, the quicker that rises up, just like for the lava layer and heat. So if you make a tunnel through and you've got it on all sides, expect that to raise pretty quickly. And of course the corruption layer is mostly cavern. You have a few layers here, and then I should punch through into the open space. And then if you dig too far down, once you're in the corruption zone, you're going to find yourself, I think it's called the abyss, the empty zone in the center of the world. Here we go. Now, standing here is quite dangerous, like if I'm contemplating the space down there, because I am totally surrounded by corruption. And that means my meter is going to be going off the scale, as you can see. I'm trying to clear a little space here, so I've got time to sort of have a little scout. Give me a few multiple angles. Put a crouch on. Okay, there's some lumite shining there in the distance, and it looks like a corruption tree there. Now, I'll deliberately stay here until I get my meter full, so you can see what happens when it does get full. Ooh, get a nice purple effect. Bit of lightning and stuff. Oh, let me out. Okay. You can see how fast my health is going down. Why am I getting stuck? Oh, it's this block. Hate when that happens. So the only way to make that stop is to get out of the zone first off. There we go. It'll keep going for a couple of seconds, and then it will smooth out. I just give myself a little more headspace. That was too uncomfortable. Now it drops rapidly. The thing is, of course, you can't teleport when you're under attack or taking a damage effect, which that most certainly was. So your only option is to get out of there as fast as you can. Now there is a corruption resistance potion, and I'll probably use that for when I'm going for the lumite mode materials, but all I really need to finish off the diamond materials was just a bit of corruption dust. So I just wanted to show you getting in there, fighting a few mobs, and getting out. But the corruption resistance potion requires quite a few things from that the canyon biome, which is also with your lumite level equipment that comes up as well. So I've unlocked more recipes because I did actually record this episode once before. That was some of those technical difficulties I told you about. As you can see, we've got cactus flowers there for the lumite mining cell, and troghorn, all from the canyon biome. So that would be for that next level of equipment, and that would help you get a few of those corruption resistance potions. 10 minutes is a pretty good deal, and you get some things achieved. But in the meantime, what I like to do is create a beachhead, which is simply we're going to create a little island of normal down there. Now what I want to do is I'm going to basically drop in and then see where we get to. It's a good idea to have like the dirt block selected or something you can build, because when you land, try and make sure it's land and not liquid, because you land in the water, you immediately get a corruption effect. Now what I want to do is I want to get up a bit so I can get away from any mobs. Sometimes you can get totally surrounded by a mob of them, so it is definitely good to just get a little bit of a podium for yourself. Try and keep out of reach. Also, it keeps you away from corruption blocks. Let me get rid of those so you're not swiftly moving up with your taint meter. So I clear a little space there. The less that are close to me in proximity, the less danger I've got. And you see the meter is actually dropping all the way down and will eventually disappear because I'm not actually touching any corruption. I am definitely in the corruption biome, as you can see up in the right corner. But because I've created a little teeny tiny little island of normal, I'm not getting tainted at the moment. So what you want to do down here, especially when later when you're doing bigger expeditions, is create yourself a little island paradise, I guess. So that you can venture around without getting yourself swamped and dead, basically. Now what I would like to do is keep a way up. Now the ladders, they're probably the thing I like least about Creativerse is how the ladder mechanics work. Sometimes they place really strangely, and yeah, I'm just not a big fan, but they are invaluable. Now you might have noticed, I meant to mention it, but before, but I did have a teleporter up here. That's because it is very easy to die very fast in the corruption zone. And unless you want to trek all the way back down, bring yourself a teleporter. Seriously, just bring one. So I've got one here. Once I'm established down here properly, I'll bring that teleporter down so that I can go straight to the corruption when I want to. I'll just get on it. Alright. So just make sure I don't fall off. Nah, forget it. Just jump. Okay. So we've got that started. There's our little sort of start point. Now the thing is, it's so dark down here that you'll find that your coal torches really just don't cut it anymore. So how many mobs have we got around? I might be safe to venture down. Watch me speak too early and get crushed. Bang. Is he coming for me? Right. So that's not lighting a great deal. It's so dark down here that this is one occasion where you might want to bring down something with a little more pep, a little more light radius. Watch the difference here when I put down one of these. Much better. Okay, so bring yourself some lamps. Definitely you'll want to do that. Okay, these corrupted leaves and the corrupted wood work the same as regular wood when it comes to using them in the forge, that sort of thing. They're the same value, decorative purposes, I guess. Now, one saving grace of the corrupted zone is there's a lot of water around. It's also its danger, but that can hold off some of those mobs. Oh, have I given him a bridge now? Yep, he can come and get me. Here's our first customers. You'll find a lot of regular mobs. Oh, okay, now that wasn't very good. But they hit harder and they take more damage, so get ready with your healing. Especially if it starts combining with... Oh, see what I mean about getting mobbed? You have to be careful. And the whole time this is going on, I've got to be very aware of my corruption meter, the taint meter, whatever it might officially be called. Because a couple of shots from these guys and then I start getting that purple effect. Or if I back off from one of these guys and put my foot in the water, I'm going to feel that too, because it'll immediately start giving me that taint. Also, when they hit you, occasionally they can give you a taint. Oh wow, I cannot believe I got through that. That is a red letter day moment. Alright, a little more light. Okay. Now, I'll leave those there for a second because the problem you'll find, I'll just show you actually, is they give you lots of stuff. Look at that. Generally 4 items each. And a lot of it's really cool stuff that you do actually want to hold on to. So, oh. Well, that was actually probably the lamest haul I've ever seen. But generally, you get a good haul. Now, I want to get this island happening and fast. There's a bit of that corruption water. Oh, go away. What are you doing? See, that's just a pigsy. Look at how many I've actually got the diamond sword. Sorry, I should have kitted out with an iron sword to show you, because that's where I was up to. But like I said, after I did the lesson already, I sort of got confused as to what I'd done, what I hadn't done, and what I had left, and which materials. And okay, let's get up. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. You can't put earth in the water because it changes it to tainted earth. Something like that anyway. See that? Ooh, corrupted grass. Yeah, I gotta put it on the rock. Oh great, here's Akira Miru coming. And I'm about to get tainted up. So let's just get a little nice pole going. Oop. Need to get a bit of space from it all. So, and just hit the zone. Okay. Get away. Oh, and I'm too... Well, okay, here's that problem I was telling you about. When everything starts to happen at once, and it all starts going south very quickly. So let's see if I can't get up. Oop, no, he's got it in the way. Oop, and I got the tree in the way there. Ah! And you start to panic. Panic sets in very quickly. It's like, oh dear. Okay, now I can get up a bit higher. Phew. Yes. There's your case in point. When you come down here, get ready for anything and everything. Because it's all going to come. And it's going to come at you fast. That's why I brought down these as well, because if you get a lot of them at once, you can use these area effects. But you're juggling between healing, throwing bombs, using your sword, trying to dodge. It gets chaotic and it gets there fast. Okay, that's not coming down very fast. Oh, that's why, because I'm too close to this. Oh, no, I don't want to remove that one, because that's where my ladder is. Okay. What I might do is just set myself up here properly, get that island happening, and then I'll come back and I'll show you a little more. You get the idea of just how dangerous it is attempting this. So yeah, I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so I might have got a little carried away with creating my little island. I got started and then I was like, hey, what if I do this? Hey, what if I do that? And I end up making myself a little corruption house on stilts. Little adobe brick and iron kind of construction. An iron chair table here, so I could have myself a little rest. Oh yeah, it's tough down here in the corruption, man. Okay. Obviously I've moved in my teleporter to a safety zone, can do some processing, bit of forging, stock away all the stuff that I pick up. You get the idea. Quite frankly, you don't need a house. You really don't. Just stone. Just put a stone island down. I would recommend a little feature. Because I said none of the mobs can swim, and there's a lot of water down here, you can use that to effect to create yourself a real safety zone. Not just, obviously, see, I'm in here, I'm not accruing any taint by any measure. But there's another thing that can be quite helpful. If you remember, we have a mineral water. If I put a little of that down here, you can maintain a moat so you won't get sort of breached, I guess. The mobs can't swim in any water, let alone sort of mineral water. But you also have the fact that you can replace. If you notice there was corrupted water there, and I just clicked on it, and it just replaced it with the mineral water. So you can create yourself a little oasis, and that can protect you, so you can get in and out without a problem. Because anywhere you can jump, they can jump. If you had blocks sort of, or stairs or whatever. So it's either this or just have a ladder up to your doorway, whatever. They don't climb ladders either. That could change with an update, but at this point in time, any of these sort of maneuvers can work for you. And so there you have it. Once you have your island, make sure you get your teleporter on it, so that if you die, you're not going. It's quick to get back to your little death urn. It's like I said, you've seen me get swamped. You just have to be distracted for a moment. It takes only one corrupted pigsy and you can be dead before you know it. Get yourself a little ladder up to the lava zone, so if you need your stuff up there. Oh, there's a nice diamond. Kill a few mobs, get the corruption, then you can get your diamond armor on. And I'll just show you that. I already made that. It's back at home. We'll just have a look at the specs and how that increases. And then what I'll do is next episode we might tackle the Lumite. So that means canyon biome, and coming back, getting that Lumite, harvesting it, processing it, and getting a bit more corruption dust, and going to town basically. Sorry, I've got that glitch coming up. Close the door, don't want to get bothered. I put in one of these. Still need to organize my chest. Here we are. Diamond armor. So at the moment we've got 280. If we switch that out, once again we get double, 560. Switch to the sword, 70 damage. We're pretty formidable, looking shiny, and there you go. That's part 2 of Diamond. We're set. You really got room now with this, with the diamond mining cell. You're really starting to get to the zone when you could start to really terraform. But you know, your basic stones and bedrock, all that stuff is going to be zip. It's not going to affect the durability of it. But really, if you want even faster, we'll go for the Lumite. Okay, well thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.